Hey folks, welcome to John Gillespie's Waters and Woods. We're going multi-species fishing in LaCrosse. These fish are all in our harbors.
Close to 14 there.
Are you having fun?
I'm having a blast.
Fleet Farm presents John Gillespie's Waters and Woods. Fleet Farm, the ultimate fishing headquarters.
Hey, welcome back, folks. As we talked about at the top of the program, we're on the Mississippi River in LaCrosse, and we're going to fish by a dam to start out today for white bass and walleyes and whatever bites. And tomorrow, we're going to head into the backwaters and do some crappie fishing, which is a lot of fun. I'm going to start out today with, I guess this is a 1/2 ounce jig, and I love this time of the year using these little jerk juniors, the smaller baits. And Vince, you really need a 1/2 ounce to get down, and what are you starting out with?
I'm throwing a Kalen's hair jig in 3/8, which might be a little light. There's a lot of current right now. The rain the last couple days has brought the water up, so the flow's increased too.
And you like that stinger hook that comes with the Kalen's hair jig?
Yep, I love that stinger hook tied in line because I'm running a stinger hook 100% of the time anyway, and not having to go buy those extras at the store is awesome.
Hey folks, so show what we're using and how we're using it, all of that coming up right after this.
They say things aren't built like they used to be. Tell that to John Johnson, the craftsman behind Recon Boats. He and his small team make each boat by hand, maintaining the highest standards. Every shred of fiberglass, every stitch of upholstery, every latch, hinge, and switch. It's all in the details, which is why the angler is at the forefront of the design philosophy for every Recon boat. Recon Boats, made by craftsmen, built for fishermen.
I'll tell you what, folks, I've been a proud user of AMSOIL for many years, and us sportsmen a lot of times not only have a truck, but a boat, an ATV, a snowmobile. And how do you figure out which AMSOIL product to use in each machine?
Yeah, that can be a challenge sometimes, and you know, we make it easy. We've got a lookup guide. You just go to amsoil.com, you put in your vehicle, whatever it may be, whether it's a boat, a wheeler, a truck, a trailer, whatever. You pick out your product, it tells you how much and which product to put in, real simple.
And one thing I want to mention too, AMSOIL does a ton of research before you even put the product on the market. You make sure that it's the best.
That's correct. It's years in the making for a product to launch. There's a ton of research and development to make sure that it's going to protect like it's supposed to.
And folks, to find the AMSOIL you want, go to amsoil.com. Meet Chris McGillis of McGillis Weimer, experienced personal injury lawyers.
John, you've gotten to know me. I mean, I'm a really passionate person. Everyone on my staff is, everyone on my team is. You know, we are passionate about what we do. Helping somebody out, protecting them, doing everything we can to help tell their story, to make sure they're treated fairly, with integrity and with respect, and get a fair resolution, whatever that is for the client. I mean, that's extremely important to us. That's really all that matters.
Hey, what is that, your second casting today there,
I
Vince?
think third, but I've missed fish on my first 2 casts.
Oh, is that a pretty fish?
Nice sauger.
Those saugers, the color are so beautiful, aren't they?
Oh yeah, and this one has great coloring, really dark.
And those will hang right with the walleyes and the white bass.
Yep.
What do you got? That's your next cast.
Yeah, it's the Mississippi River, so I don't know what it is.
Here he comes.
Oh, it's a big white bass.
Oh, those are nice. Yeah. You know, I love fishing white bass, buddy, and they're plentiful here?
They are plentiful here, John. We actually have a limit on them here, unlike most places. The limit's 10, but we have great size. I mean, that was probably about 13, and it's a big, healthy white bass.
That's your very next cast. This is pretty cool. Here he comes.
Even bigger white bass than the Yep.
And I got to tell the folks, when you get this guy in here, and those are the perfect eating size. And you know, Vince, when I eat white bass, I just take that back strap. Maybe you can point that out.
Yep, so that meat right along there, the top of the spine above the ribs, and then off the tail meat too, is what most people take. They kind of have like a bloodline in the middle there, but they do make good table fare.
Finally in the back of the boat, and here he is. We got myself a nice white bass right there. And I'll tell you what I did, folks, and you got one on there too, Vince?
I do.
Okay, here he comes. Ooh, that's a
big
nice
white
bass right there.
Oh,
hey,
couldn't boat flip
I'm going to
that,
pass this one up to you. You can hold them up together there if you can, buddy.
Yeah.
Yours is gorgeous. Look at the size of that whiting.
And yours is a nice size too, but that's a big, big white bass.
You know what I did there? I wasn't getting bit on the plastic. I put a Kastmaster on. They love flash.
They do. That vibration and the way they fall, they love it.
Boy, that's a beauty you got there, man. We got 2 of them on now, Vince.
We're getting a lot of bites here.
Are you kidding me?
There's a good sauger.
Is that a beauty? And I got myself a nice, hold your sauger up. That's a beautiful sauger right there. That is gorgeous.
Yeah.
And Vince, you know, again, buddy, we talked about it earlier. What I love about your guide service, man, is you keep that rod bending all the time. And this type of fishing is going to go on all summer, right?
Yep, we'll be doing this all summer, all fall, just going out, getting bites and having fun. You know?
Hold that sauger out. I mean, that's a beauty right there. What is that, about 16, 17?
Yeah, right there, 16, 17.
Folks, the retrieve on this Kastmaster is a lot of fun. What I'm doing, and we're fishing in about 11 feet of water here, I just cast it out and I wait until it hits the bottom, and I can tell it hits the bottom when my line goes slack, and then I just do a lift like this and let it go back down to the bottom, and a lift like that, let it go back down to the bottom, and there's a fish. That is amazing.
That's perfect.
But that's just the way you retrieve that Kastmaster. Oh, look at this. Whoa! This is a big white bass here. You might have to grab him there, Vince. Look at the size of that white bass. Holy moly. Is that bigger than the one you caught?
That is. That's a monster.
But just ripping that Kastmaster, and as it's going down, it's kind of fluttering. They can't resist that,
No, they really can't. That's like 3 casts in a row for you.
How big is that one? That's got to be pushing probably 2 pounds, right?
Oh, all of 2. That's a monster.
Hey, here we go. I'll tell you what, I'm getting, oh, look at that. There we go. There's a nice walleye there, Vince-a-roo. I'll tell you what, that Kastmaster, folks, I use it everywhere I go. And when you rip it like I did, it is a great lure. Now that is a nice walleye right there. What is that one, about 17?
17, 18.
That's a gorgeous fish. And Vince, as we get into the warmer months, you not only guide for the walleyes in that, you have a great bluegill bite up here too, don't you?
We do. The summer bluegill bite's a lot of fun. I think you've been here for that once. But the summer walleye bite is a lot of fun too. And you can catch them almost any way you want. You can pull crankbaits, you can live bait rig, you can cast like we're doing now. And the weather's great, a lot of fun.
But a lot of those gills that we caught were 8, 9, 10 inches long.
They were. They're really nice, healthy gills. They're thick.
What do you got?
I don't know what I got here.
Oh, that's a nice one.
Big whitey.
You are literally getting hit every time. And you know what? I talk to guys who fish, you know, and they look down on white bass. You know, we talked about the eating quality, but they're ferocious when they hit and they fight, right?
They are. It's a super aggressive bite. Like you said, we're getting bit almost every cast. You don't hook them every bite, but it's so much fun.
Yep. Every single cast, every single cast. And I showed you how I was working the Kastmaster before. Now on that hair jig, you're actually doing some pretty aggressive pulls on that, aren't you?
Yep, you can see I'm ripping it up pretty good and letting it fall with the line tight, and you'll feel that tick on the line when it falls and set the hook and
you want to keep bottom contact.
Yep, every time you want to let it fall all the way to bottom.
Here he comes. I'll tell you, there's so many fish up in here right now, folks, and that's a nice one right there, that as soon as my bait hit the water and got near the bottom, I didn't even start to retrieve and he hit it. And again, the limit on white bass is 10, and 10 is plenty for a meal, right?
Yeah, 10's plenty for a meal, and these are really nice sized ones too. You get a lot of meat off of these.
The fight on these, folks, is just so much fun. And let's see, here we go. And oh, how they cut against that current is so cool too. And one thing I want to talk about too, folks, is the type of line that Vince and I like to use. And when I am running on the main line on my reel is 20-pound Seagar Smackdown, and I like the high vis, the green, because I like to watch my line when I cast out. And then as that Kastmaster is going down like that, you can actually see the bite with the tick. And then what I do is run 10-pound gold fluorocarbon leader. And I think that that is a great system, Vince. So, you know, today we're fishing primarily at white bass. I got 10-pound on. Tomorrow we're fishing crappies, and I just switched my leader to 6-pound or 4-pound. It's really a great system, isn't it?
It is, and I do the exact same thing. I'm more of a fan of the Stealth Gray from Seaguar, the Smackdown. But I do the same thing. I go different leader sizes depending what I'm doing, but every rod's got that Smackdown on it. I love the line.
This one's got a little bit of weight to it. With that Kastmaster, folks, you can cast so far, and as soon as they bite, they start heading downriver. Here he is. There we go. Just another nice, beautiful white bass. And you know, that's the one thing that's nice too, folks. You come and catch these white bass, you don't have to feel guilty about keeping them. But what I said before on TV is extremely important with these white bass for eating quality. You either got to keep them alive or put them on ice right away. That's extremely important. Here we go, and here we go. Ooh, we got ourselves a nice legal sauger. And look at the coloring on this fish, Vince, how dark it is. And you know, we always point this out, folks. You can tell a sauger by the spots here on the fin. They don't have a white tail and kind of the splotchy sides. But why are these fish so dark?
I'm not totally positive on why. It might be our stained water, you know, the river water's got that tint to it. And it might be because sauger in general live a lot deeper than walleyes, so they're getting less sunlight down there.
We were fishing the Mississippi River in LaCrosse, Wisconsin. A 3.5-hour drive from Milwaukee, 4.5 hours from Chicago, and 2 hours from Minneapolis.
If you are a spring walleye fisherman, grab some of these. They're an incredible bait. Kalins, rattling google eye, hair jigs. Right there, Ryan. Ooh, that one pounded it. Wow, dude, that is my first cast. Beautiful walleye right there on the hair, man. Perky, lively, smacking hair jigs. Doesn't get much better, does it? Big, fat, chunky spring walleyes.
New Mega Live imaging shows you what's below in real time with edge-to-edge clarity and no gaps in coverage, all so you can turn must-watch detail into non-stop action. Only from Humminbird.
You know, folks, we fish big water all the time. Lake Erie, Lake Michigan, Lake Superior, and today the Atlantic Ocean. And for my entire career, I've relied on Johnson pumps as a bilge pump. What makes Johnson pumps so reliable?
Yeah, John, so our motto is reliability on board. We've been making pumps for over 50 years, and the last thing you want to think about when you're out on the water like this is your bilge pump, and is it reliable? Do you have extra cartridges? Can you make a change if you were to have a failure? With our new Aqua Void cartridge bilge pump, we've made all that really easy for you.
And Johnson pump, the new model again is called?
Aqua Void.
This one hit 3 times on the way in, and this is another beautiful, beautiful bass. Look at the, oh, Vince.
That's a stud.
And look at how he ate that Kastmaster, man. He has got that way down. And I think the beauty of this fishing, or one of the things that's really cool, is we didn't get out here until 1 in the afternoon. So obviously you don't have to get up early in the morning to catch these, do you?
No, you can come out any time of the day. You know, with it being the river and the stained water, there's not too much of a night bite for anything, or they're not feeding too much at night, so you can come out and they're going to eat all day long.
Oh, here he is. What do we got here? Another battling whitey. Wow. Vince, I've actually lost count. And again, we've only been out here an hour and a half or so. It's got to be 25, 30 fish between the two of us, buddy. And you know, the nice thing too is when folks come out with you, you have everything they need.
Yep, we have all the rods, tackle, live bait, safety equipment. All you have to bring is your license and whatever you want to eat and drink during the day.
And a cooler to take the fish home in.
Yep, if you plan on keeping some.
There we go again. And it is interesting, they don't feel big until they get near the boat. And this one feels like another. Whoa, look at that one, Vince.
That's a whopper.
Isn't that a beautiful fish right there? That is gorgeous. And you know, we only up here for the afternoon now. Tomorrow, what do you got planned for us? We're actually supposed to have some sun and some warm weather.
Well, tomorrow's not supposed to be near as windy. It's going to be 20 degrees warmer and sunny. So I think we're going to see if we can make some big crappies bite.
There are big crappies there, aren't there?
We have really nice crappies out here, and I'd love to put some in the boat.
Vince, you're going to have a hard time getting me out of here, buddy, but I got some Johnsonvilles to cook. But I'll tell you what, I mean, really, look at that fight, man. That's a white bass fighting like that. Here he comes. What do we got there, Vince?
It's a big smallmouth.
A smallmouth bass. Yeah. Is that cool, man? I'll tell you what, you promised me multi-species, and we're getting multi-species. That's a nice bass.
Yeah, you never know what's going to bite on the river.
And you guys actually have some pretty good largemouth fishing here too, don't you?
We do. We have really good numbers. Not quite the size you get down south, but the numbers are good.
Wow, that was fun, buddy. I knew right away that wasn't a whitey.
Yeah.
Pretty fish. Oh, man. Oh, look at that. There we go. Oh, look at this. What are we in Smallmouth City here or what? That's another nice smallmouth bass there, Vince. I was hoping that was going to be a big white bass there, buddy. Nice build on that smallmouth too, folks. Look at the width on that. The Mississippi River, buddy. You can't go wrong. You can't go wrong.
Breaking news from Fleet Farm. Check out this deal. 20% off all Akuma trolling combos on sale starting at $75.99.
You know, Vince, grilling season is here full swing, right?
Finally.
Yeah, and Johnsonville has come out with a new flavor that I want you to try. These are Johnsonville fresh brats made with 100% premium pork, but then they infuse them with Leinenkugel Summer Shandy beer. Easy to cook. I like to cook them slow over medium heat, and takes about 15 minutes, and they're golden brown, and they are good to go. All right, buddy.
That's incredible.
Isn't that awesome?
I'm gonna have two.
Yeah,
great.
And I'll send them back home with you too.
Oh,
hey folks, look for Johnsonville brats infused with Leinenkugel Summer Shandy at your favorite retailer today. Well, day 2 in LaCrosse, and I'll tell you what, it is a gorgeous day today, folks. It's supposed to be 70 degrees. We got calm water, and we're going after crappies. And I like to use a tandem rig, and on the top jig, I use a Kalen's crappie scrub, which I love, and on the bottom, I use a minnow. And if the crappies really start going, I'll switch to 2 crappie scrubs. Okay, Vince, you're gonna be the first to connect on the crappies today. Now, that is the kind you want to eat right there, right?
Yeah, it's about 10 inches, John. Not a super monster, but a good eater right there.
Yeah, and again, they're fun to catch.
They are. It's a blast.
Okay, back in the boat. Oh, there we go. This is a pretty nice crappie right here there, Vince. Look at that guy, buddy.
Oh, yeah.
That's a nice fish. And what I'm doing here, folks, is putting the minnow on the bottom, and they get attracted to the plastic and then hit the minnow. Those are nice sized fish. And Vince, this crappie fishing really is just starting, isn't it?
Yeah, so our water temp is just starting to get over 50 degrees, and that's kind of when they really start going in spring. This is still a pre-spawn bite here. With it being warm this week, they're probably going to spawn out here by the end of the week, and then it'll be post-spawn, and that's a lot of fun too. They set up on timber with some current, and we can get after them all summer long.
This one hit right by the boat. Woo, that's a nice crappie right there. Perfect eating size, about 10-incher right there. Vince has got one on. Vince, all right, 2 at a time, buddy.
Looks like another nice eater.
Here, let me pass this up to you, buddy, like we did with the white bass yesterday, if I possibly can. And we can hold these up together. And one important factor when we're doing this, we're fishing in 14, 15 feet of water, but these fish are not on the bottom, are they?
No, they're suspended up really high. They're down 5 to 6 feet right now, up high feeding. They're pushing minnows around.
So in 15 feet of water, you have your bobber set at about 5-6 feet.
Yep, exactly.
Another one. Oh, this is a dandy.
A little bigger one here.
That is a dandy.
Nice and dark.
Now on the river here, and obviously you guide for all species as we talked about, how big can the crappies get here?
We see them up to 14, 15 on the big side.
Do you really?
The average is probably 10 to 12, but they're thick. Like when you look at them from above, they're not skinny little things. They're thick and healthy.
Ooh, there's a nice one,
Yeah, here's
Vince.
a big one. Hopefully he doesn't.
That is a big crappie, buddy. Look at the size of that. Now that's 12 and a half, 13, right?
Oh yeah, I'd say right there, 12 and a half, 13. Big, tall one.
Now we have absolutely no wind today. Does that make fishing a little tougher?
Yeah, it seems like they just kind of scatter when there's no wind. We've been looking at them on the Mega Live. They're just roaming all over, some up high, some down low. But
boy, that's a beauty right there,
Yeah.
Vince. That is a really nice fish. It's time now to announce this week's winners of the Fleet Farm John Gillespie's Waters and Woods 2024 Fishing Contest.
This week's first winner is Steve Novak of Little Chute, Wisconsin. Caught this 32-inch walleye in Wisconsin on an X-Wrap. Joe Cordash of Rockford, Illinois caught this 24-inch largemouth bass on Grasshopper Lake in Florida on a plastic worm. Jack Dice of Oconomowoc, Wisconsin caught this 15-inch crappie on Okauchee Lake on artificials. Daryl Warren of Pulaski, Wisconsin caught this 23-inch smallmouth bass in Sturgeon Bay using a tube. And this week's first kid winner is Justin Martin of Stevens Point, Wisconsin, caught this 65-inch sturgeon in Port Edwards, Wisconsin using a paddle tail. And Autumn Bertrand of Milwaukee, Wisconsin caught this 10-inch bluegill on Monona Bay on a spike. Each week, I shop online at fleetfarm.com to check out the latest deals. This week, save 28% on the Northland Eye Candy, on sale 2 for $10. And save 66% on the Rapala V-Blades, on sale 3 for $9.99.
That's a big perch.
Yeah.
Hey, that'll give us a chance, Vince, to tell the folks, and starting in about July, you're all about perch, aren't you?
Yep, that's all we do from July till November is go after these, and that's probably a 11 and a half, 12, but a beauty.
And how big was your biggest this year?
16 was our biggest this spring, and I think we had 8 over 15 in the boat and just a ton of 12 to 13 and a halves. Beautiful.
I'll tell you, you got us on these babies now.
Yeah, we took a little bit, but we're on them.
And we're gonna, there he is.
That's
Nice
not a
enough.
crappie.
What do we
perch.
got?
Yeah,
Another perch-a-roo.
I'm getting everything today.
Oh, this might be a small pike. Here he comes. Oh, it's a perch.
Look at that.
Look at the size of that perch, Vince.
That's a dandy.
That is something else, buddy.
Yeah.
Wow. That's a, what, solid 13?
Yeah, easily.
I mean, that's
Full spawn,
incredible,
but-
buddy. And again, I know you're guiding for these most of the summer, you know, starting in July. But what a bonus and what a trip
Right?
this has been.
Yeah, definitely kind of ran into these on accident, but it just kind of shows the river, like you never know what's coming in on the end of your
And
line.
I should ask you, you got some openings too, right?
We do. We've got openings kind of scattered through the rest of the year. A lot of openings yet for that fall bite, which is all these, and it's a ton of fun.
Back of the boat. Ooh, he's got me down on the weeds. Let's see what this is here. Oh my gosh, look at that, folks. Look at the size of that perch. My gosh, Vince, you have shown me some mega fish the last 2 days. Those giant white bass, big crappies, and a bunch of these beautiful golden perch. Wow. Oh, another perch. Be another perch.
It is.
Look at the size of that perch, you guys. Holy cow. Hey, Vince, it's going to be hard to get me out of here today, buddy, the way this is going. Can you come back here for a second? I want to tell the folks now, we talked a little bit about limits yesterday, but so if guys come out with you, what you can keep what?
15 per species of panfish. So 15 of those, 15 crappie, 15 bluegill.
All in the same day?
All in the same day, yep.
And you had that happen last fall?
It's happened a few times, but it's definitely not uncommon to get 2 of the 3 species limited in the boat.
Isn't that a beauty, buddy? I'm having the time of my life here, folks. Here he comes. Hopefully it's another perch-a-roo. I want a perch.
Oh, big pike.
Oh my gosh, this is a big northern. Oh, wow. Okay, I'll get him up one more time here. Wow. I'll try and get him up. Okay, Vince, here he is, here he is, here he is. Okay, got him, Vince? Yep. Oh, wow. Let's add another species on to our list today. Holy cow, folks, that is a beautiful northern pike. And that was on a Kalen's crappie jig. And I'll tell you what, I knew that wasn't a perch or a crappie right away. What an incredible fishing spot you got here, Vince.
Yeah.
Hey, what an incredible fishing spot you got here, buddy. Hold him the long way if you could.
Yeah.
And that's a well-built fish. And you had one break you off before just like that, too.
I did, yeah. It was probably about the same size.
That's amazing, buddy.
Mm-hmm. A lot of fun out
When
here.
you talked about your limits before, you forgot the white bass.
I did,
you can also keep 10 white bass.
Yep, you could keep 10 white bass, 3 of these, 4 walleyes.
And have one heck of a fish fry for the rest of your life.
Exactly.
I'll tell you what, Vince, what a great trip, buddy. And we really only fished a couple hours yesterday, 3-4 hours today, and we have caught a lot of fish.
Oh yeah, it's been a lot of fun. Look at this one.
Oh my gosh, look at the size of that perch.
That's why you don't boat flip them.
That is absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
And again, you got openings for this multi-species type fishing, huh?
We do, yep. We've got openings all through summer, and we can go after crappies, walleyes, these perch. It's a lot of fun.
Vince Moldenhauer guides the Mississippi River on a daily basis. For more information, give Vince a call. That phone number is 414-791-5534. 791-5534.
Oh, Pete, I'm getting too old for this. So, John, you haven't heard of Brian's Custom Steps?
Oh, Pete, those are awesome. How can I get a set?
Yeah, I love these big no-slip platforms, and they're made right here in Wisconsin.
For more information on Brian's Custom Steps, call 920-315-0333.
There's never been a better time to get a new R-Max than right now during the Yamaha Get Out and Ride sales event. Take advantage of our amazing deals on the entire Wolverine R-Max family of side-by-sides during the Yamaha Get Out and Ride sales event. You can now get as low as 3.99 APR for 84 months or up to $3,500 customer cash on your new Wolverine R-Max.
Folks, what an awesome day of fishing. And that is our show for today. Please join us next week. Don't know we're going to fish yet. We'll find a place somewhere. Until then, I'm John Gillespie, hoping to see you enjoying John Gillespie's Waters and Woods.